whenever we think of a spiritual guru, when we think of the spirit, we think of some incredible vision we get, or or some out-of-body experience that you have by the grace of the guru. So if each one of you can tell me, when did you ever have that? You may have had multiple experiences like that, but tell me about one time, or at least one time, when you had that supernatural or mystical experience with Guruji.
In 1967 November, Guruji returned from the first trip abroad with Sister Geeta, a great devotee of Guruji, and he wanted to show her the glorious Himalayas, temples there, and also the Pandharapura. And they went on by air and asked me to come by train and meet them in Delhi. As I did not have much traveling experience, I packed 3 bags and a camera and started in the night train from Bangalore to Madras on my way to Delhi. Because I got less sleep in the train, I slept on the bench of the platform of the station at Madras. By the time I woke up, somebody had stolen my 2 bags of clothes. I complained to the police, did not help. Then I caught the next Delhi train to continue the traveling. After a few hours of travel, someone said, the train stops here in the next station for half an hour and good breakfast is sold there. So I was hungry. I liked it and got down from the train. By the time I came back, my train had also gone. It had left the station. After 4 hours of waiting, the next train came and I sat in that one. As I was tired too much, I got good sleep in the train. After 4 hours, I opened my eyes and the train had stopped in a station called Matra. To my astonishment, the train I had missed and the same compartment I sat in were right in front of my eyes. I was delighted, got down, walked into the old train and found my camera and the bag still intact on the wall. Travelers asked me, "Ab tak aap kidhar gaye the?" Where had you been until this time? And I told them the story, and they were wondering, and they felt so happy about the entire thing. So I felt this was a great grace of God and Guru. Otherwise, I could not have, actually reached Delhi safely at all. And such a great things happened. So many. This is one of them. Many more miracles happened, in this life of mine, small life of mine. So whenever chance comes later on in my life, I will share with that all those things with you. Go ahead, Anu.
Yeah. Hari Charan Das, we haven't heard from you in a while. So tell us about any miracles or amazing experience like that.
I think that I'll follow my good friend Nagendra's lead, and maybe I'll write about it in the future.
Sure.
Okay.
Many events.
Yes.
Any one that you can share that you quickly comes to mind?
Not at this time.
Okay.
So, Guruji used to dictate, and he made a little small book on Kanakadasa, so he dictated, and that book was finished. So I had to take it to Sudhindra printing press to Malleshwaram. So I was taking the edited copy to make it printed, to give it for printing press. So he said, go. I had to go in the bus. This was from Vishwashanti Ashram to Malleshwaram. So it was quite a big one. So I had to put it in the file and take it in the bag. Then he said, go by bus by myself. And then I was just looking at him because it is so much crowded bus. So I was wondering, how would I take this safely to go there? And then I was just looking at him. He said, you go there, you'll get an empty bus, sit down, go get down, you give it and come back. You'll come back safely, he said. I was just looking, I said, okay, whatever it is, let me go. And then I just went. You know how the ashram is. Some of them you have seen. Everybody has seen here. So this was in 85, 84 or 85. Now the ashram has changed quite a lot. So went out. It's not unbelievable, as you said, miracle only. An empty bus came. You know, I was a little bit scared. Just the driver and the conductor. I said, should I get in or not? I was even that scared. So I got in, and then, so I bought the ticket. Nobody, and that bus did not stop any place, because there are stops, right? That bus did not stop. I said, okay, hope this is the right one. It's not taking me anywhere. I was wondering. I was just praying and going, and it stopped in Malleswaram. I went down. Everything went so smooth. I gave it, and I got a better bus to and came back. I just went to Guruji's room. I just did namaskar. He said, I know that. He did not say anything. I didn't speak to him anything. I know that. Did you buy me anything? Any snacks for me on the way? He likes that, right? I had bought something.
Yeah.
And then he said, that is obedience, he said. That is obedience. I know that. He said, I know that. He said, whatever I say, it is Satya, means the truth. You have to just be around me. That's all he said. Nothing else. Just be around me.
That's correct.
That's all.
So one time we were traveling on pilgrimage, and we were in Singapore, and Guruji wanted to escape from he said, Daya, come, let's go. And so we grabbed a taxi, and you have to understand there were 60 people on this pilgrimage. I said, Guruji said, just come, let's go. So he wanted to go and get a little space, and so we went to the shopping area in Singapore. And so we're there, and just he's looking at rings and watches. He hardly bought anything. He just liked to go shopping for the fun of it, right? Window shopping, and just get a break from just the crush of everything. So we're sitting there, and all of a sudden he turns to me and he goes, Daya, he said, Mother and Sham are chasing us. Go down the street, around the block, and they'll be getting out of the taxi in a few minutes. You know, please bring them to me. And I looked at him, he says, please go. So I go down the block, around the corner, and sure enough, a taxi comes up, opens up, and there's Sham and Mother. And I turned white as a ghost. I know, I could feel I turned white as a ghost. And I go, Mother, Sham? They go, Daya, where's Guruji? Come with me. And I went back there. Now you have to understand, I'm a trained scientist, right? So my mind was trying to analyze this. I had to let go of all that. And he used to tell me, Daya, when you come to India, be like the sponge. Don't let go of your analytical mind. Just take it all in. But that was one that early on in our relationship, that was one that was, just took me aback, because there's no way I can reconcile how he knew they were coming. But so he didn't show that. I mean, his unconditional love, I feel, was the greatest miracle that he demonstrated all the time. That's
it is just miracle. one little drops. We can tell that's all. It is so much. You know how much songs he has done. You know, there are so many songs. You know, in that songs, all the message can be there. Mahime apara, karune apara. You know, Nagendra knows so many.
Yeah, how beautiful.
Okay.
We can keep talking years together.
Yeah.
Till it won't be finished.
Yeah. And Pratyaksh has the next question as the travel. Should I continue?
Unless Ravi and Karuna have something they want to
Please, I'm waiting for
share
them.
about their experience, any sort of.
Kindly go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Ravi.
You come and show your.
Well, I had several experiences, mystical experiences, in satsangs.
Right.
Where Guruji would transform into Ganesha, and once he transformed into Hanuman, right before my eyes. Okay? I can't explain it. I can't describe it.
Yeah.
But his entire body, everything became that. Right there in the satsang. Okay? This happened twice. But one other thing, like Padma said, a lot of the bhajans were experiences also. So one time we went to bless these people that were starting a sprout business. They wanted to have a sprout business.
Oh, thank you.
Supermarkets to place sprouts and all that. and they wanted Guruji to come and bless their business and all that. So we had a puja and a satsang there. It was mainly all Americans. So on the way, very briefly, on the way back, Guruji went into ecstasy. And right on the spot, he composed a beautiful song, Panduranga Swami, Vishwa Antaryami,
Oh, beautiful.
Satyanarayana, Deva Namami, Deva Namami. And he was shaking and, he was flushed and in tears. And sometimes he was pounding on the dashboard, a little bit of tabla or something. And the song was just like Shakti coming through him,
Wow.
I don't know how I drove home, with that going on,
Yes.
but it was like an unbelievable experience.
Yes.
And, we got back and I told Karuna, I said, Karuna, you have to get that song, what it is from Guruji to write it down for us and all that.
Is a sign in itself.
Yeah. Yeah. So that was a mystical experience also in a different way while Guruji was having a mystical experience. So,
So this morning, like every day we do light the lamp and do our little prayers. I was doing Anjani Works virtual. I could hear my son-in-law to be Andrew, his name. I heard something, what is this?
Frame.
The frame fell off, the Guruji's picture, something I heard. So I said, okay, let me finish my puja. Then she came out, did you finish your puja? I said, yeah. I have given Guruji's picture, the small frame. It's not too big. It's like 4x6 something. Yeah. So
5x7.
he has kept it on the table, and around it is around Guruji's books and other things. The frame fell down from the table, and the Guruji's picture came out, and the glass also came out. Nothing broke. The picture came out from the frame. So they were wondering why today. I said, Guruji said, concentrate on me at least today more. I am here today. He did not know today was Guruji's Mahasamadhi day.
wow, that's so
He listens every day to Guruji, and he reads some stuff. So when I said, he was more, I was thinking, oh, is that so? And then I said, Guruji wanted to see each other.
Right.
Though we call, sometimes we don't see each other every day on the FaceTime or whatever, right? I took it like that. He wants us to see each other more, converse, and do all the stuff like what we are doing. We need that, right? Satsang to everybody.
And I think one other thing, I think most of us have been with Guruji when he's gone into Samadhi. And that one is, I have seen the whole,
Pandrapur, right?
I've seen the whole, it's happened multiple times, I know in my case, and I'm sure Ravi and Karuna, but the whole, and Haricharan, the whole space, everybody goes into tears. Everybody feels it's like a wave of Shakti comes across the whole audience, just as the Shaktipat goes through his body. We had it up in the Himalayas on a pilgrimage a number of times, and the whole space transforms just when he goes into Samadhi. And so those were experiences that you can't put into words, but you had that experience. And
when he goes to Badragiri, he will start talking in Konkani,
With God.
Start talking in Konkani.
Yeah. When with God he is to speak in Konkani.
Yeah, this guy started talking. And his feet won't be on the floor at all. It will be just something,
Wow.
That's why, though we were so young, that's why Guruji said that drishya means that, that sight will never be forgotten. He said that never be forgotten. It will be always with you. It will be always, the Shakti will be with you.
Yeah.
Yes.
It will be always there. It's true.
when in 1977, I went to Badragiri with Guruji, and we had darshan of the original, Panduranga.
Veera Vittala, yeah.
Yeah. And Guruji went into ecstasy, and the actual Murti had tears.
Yes, tears. Yeah. Tears.
And right in front of me, the tears were coming down out of the Murti.
Right.
Wow.
That little
That was
Murti.
another
Veera
experience I had. Yeah.
We have seen
Unbelievable.
that little Murti, tears going on.
and the same over in the larger temple in
Vishakhapatnam.
Vishakhapatnam. They used to talk about that whenever he came, you know. And even scientists would try and research how does it come from a stone murti, you know. Anyway, so those are a few.
Yeah.
People can go on.